And this show is brought to you by the Beaches of South Walton. Find out more about this travel destination at www.beachesofsouthwalton.com. Welcome back to the 2007 Hospice du Rhone coverage. Once again, we started early with white wines from the Rhône. There's nothing like the smell of Viognier in the morning. We're here with Marc Perrin of Chateau Beaucastel and, more importantly, Grape Radio Europe. Thanks for joining me, Marc.
A pleasure. Great to be in Paso Robles.
So what are we going to hear in today's seminar?
Well, we talk about white wines from the Rhône. You know, when you think Rhône Valley, you think reds most of the time. You think Châteauneuf, Hermitage, Côte-Rôtie. But I mean, the whites are very interesting also. And they also have an incredible capacity to age, which you cannot necessarily find everywhere. But all of the vintages of Roussanne that we have had had this cycle, you know, very nice, very beautiful, very ripe. Then oxidation, color change, you know, the wine is totally dead. And then after 10 years, the color comes back, the oxidation disappears, and you go towards its incredible minerality.
So I have two different ones for me, two Condrieu, but two different styles. I have one dry Condrieu called Les Chaillets, and also sweet wine, because Condrieu we can make the two kinds of wine, the sweet and the dry. Sweet, it's very small percentage of the Condrieu, but it's a very old tradition. In the past, Condrieu was a sweet wine, so we are always allowed to do that.
I present the 2005 Condrieu. It's my only bottle I produce. I do only one Condrieu. I do also Côte-Rôtie, two Côte-Rôtie, but I don't have here, and I'm sold out. You have to remember that Viognier is the heart and the soul of this event, Hospice du Rhone. And this event was calling before, at the first time, the Viognier Guild. And the people who create this event fell in love with this variety.
Did you have a good evening last night?
I drank a lot.
Too much?
Too.
So which ones are you presenting today?
Today I present my White Saint-Joseph Merlot. My White Saint-Joseph Merlot with two different grapes, 50% Marsanne and 50% Roussanne.
And so what does Marsanne and Roussanne make when they are blended together?
It's complicated. No, in fact, I think Marsanne brings flowers, flower and minerals, and Roussanne brings flowers of fruit.
Next, we went behind the scenes with the sommelier team as they prepped for the next seminar.
Okay, so you got 500 people or something like that in a hall. You've got 8 glasses of wine in front of each person. You've got a bunch of wine in the back room. What do you do?
First thing you do is you take the wine out of the boxes, you put them on tables in the order that they're going to be. You calculate about how many pours you're going to need for each bottle to make it through all the places. Right now we're doing about 420 settings this year, and we requested 30 bottles from each producer, and we've been getting by with about 27, and so that's about 18 pours per bottle, and we're 16 to 18. Then we go open all the bottles, leave the corks in till the sommeliers go. We taste through them, make sure they're not corked, not flawed, pull the corks out at that point. That way we know that they've been checked. Then we start methodically going out, pouring one wine at a time, so we can make sure that each wine gets into the right space. It's just a matter of organization, being methodical, and making every effort to make sure that no flawed wines get poured.
Speaking of flawed wines, what do you do about corked wines? Are you getting, what's your ratio of them, and how do you handle it? Does one person go down and sniff everything, or you assign different people stuff?
The crew that we work with is very experienced. They're pretty much all restaurant sommeliers or tremendous amount of retail wine experience. They know what TCA is. If we suspect it, we pass it along to somebody else to check, and 3 or 4 people usually will weigh into it. What we've been finding this year is not a lot of overt cork problems, but this is sort of type of TCA that strips the wine of its flavor. So you'll have texture, but there'll be sort of this hole in the middle, and harsh tannins, a little bit of metallic things going on. And that's worse because it's not as noticeable, and people just think that the winemaker didn't make very good wine.